Hello everybody, back here again for another Idiot's Guide to Flea Marketing. And today's going to be a little bit different than just going to the shop and showing you how I wear and how I sell things. This is going to show you a little bit of some of the things I'm putting together to sell at the flea markets, the booths, that kind of stuff. So pretty much what I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to give you a little description here of the stuff and kind of show you what I've done. I've got some other videos on here showing you like how to drill the china and that kind of stuff. So back to what I'm doing today. One of the things I've done is I wanted to go ahead and try is I wanted to make a old retro style centerpiece. So that's what this is right here. Just an old barn board. It's nice size, about 4 feet long. It holds 7 candles. I thought I'd make a great little centerpiece for like somebody's kitchen table, dining room table, even outdoor patio set, something like that would just make a really nice one. I've also seen them where they'll take and they'll screw in some screws on the end here, even drill holes in it, then hang it from like a overhang of like say a carport if that's where they're having their picnics, a patio, that kind of stuff, and give like a nice little lighted candle, you know, look. If it's going to be up higher, I think I would rather had it with like maybe a glass cover, maybe some, you know, old ceramic or mason jar or something like that instead. So this is more of a lower piece set right on your table. Like I said, it's 4 feet long, so it's a nice big piece. I'm going to go ahead and try and sell that thing, see if somebody be interested. One of the things I did, took an old green plate here, some old wood. It's got a nice pattern to it. Put a cut glass piece behind it, or in front of it, I guess technically. A piece of all thread bolt, some nuts, and then a nice star-shaped candlestick holder. So just a little bit of like yard art to put out in your garden, something to draw a little extra attention here and there. Also over here I have a lot more of them. You can kind of see I've got the blue and white patterns. I've got some nice gold rimmed. I've got a beautiful little Mexican style clay bowls, actually made in Mexico, bolted to a yellow plate to kind of stand out a little bit different. Just kind of different stuff. I even went with one of them way up top here, and that one there is an old butter dish that's been drilled through, bolted to a plate, and then bolted to a board. So definitely something a little bit different. You can see I got some more over here that I've been doing. I don't have boxes made up for them yet to actually store them properly. I'm still waiting for the epoxy to set, and then I can get them packed up good. The other thing I have that I ran out of stuff I need some wing nuts so it can be taken out and cleaned for the purpose of like a bird feeder. This is going to, imagine driving this stake down in the ground, which is just a cut up 2x4 with a nice slope to it, still stab in the ground nice and easy. Then you have your saucer, which I have here, and a teacup that's both been drilled through. That'll just easily right here bolt down through, and that bolt will actually have a wing nut that'll go on it. And what will happen is once that's driven out there in your garden, you'll end up with yourself a nice little bird feeder sitting out in the garden. So not the most practical use for a bird feeder because of the fact that you'll have to empty it quite often because it will fill up with water. But if you have a nice little covered patio, or even want to put it like up on your porch, something like that, and drive it down one of your flower pots, work out perfect for that. So I think what I'm going to do, because all these 2x4s here that have all been cut up, I'm going to probably go ahead, maybe throw a coat of paint on, something like that. I'll probably hit them with the sander because there's a lot of rough edges right here. Kind of dull them down a little bit, maybe even throw them on the router and smooth off those edges so it's not quite such a sharp, you know, splintery type looking thing. So that won't take me very long once I get the router set up. I'd probably have 20 minutes in all of those, knock the edges down, and I think it'd be worth having that done. So I even thought about going ahead and painting them first and then hitting it with the router so it left that little corner round bare wood showing through to kind of give a little contrast and kind of make it a little bit more appealing to the eye. I don't know if it will or not, but I'll might try one and then see what I think. So hardest part's going to be is like up at the indoor flea market is figuring out how and where to display these so they actually stand up in that. Because if I was outside like at a Watch Here flea market or somewhere like that, I could just basically take my hammer, bang a couple down on the ground, set them out there, and then I'm good to go. So that's going to be a much easier way to do outdoor flea market, some of this stuff. But what can you say? The other thing I have that I didn't make today, but I've got my pattern, I'm going to make some more, but I've had pretty good luck selling it, is these giant trellis for like climbing plants and stuff. I got the nice little star there. kind of a much taller than it is straight star. It's a different little shape to it. Beautiful little piece of wood. I'm getting like $4 a piece out of those. Definitely a fun little thing to have. Goes well in your garden just to look at, or if you want to put it next to your tomato plants or climbing vines, and that kind of stuff will work great. So definitely try and think outside the box. I mean, you got a piece of barnwood here, for God's sake, that, you know, worth I don't know, $2 or $3. A lot of guys saying they're getting about $1 a linear foot for barnwood. So you're looking at $4 there. I drilled some holes in it, made it fit candles, and I'm going to call it a centerpiece. I'm going to try and get $29.95 out of it. So you figure I've got $3 in the candles probably. So I'm looking at $7 investment, hoping to get $30 for it with maybe an hour of my time. So anyway, that's all I gotta say is get out there, think of some different ways to maybe make something out of something that you found that was cheap. You can turn into something that's a little more eclectic, worth a little bit more money. So have yourself a safe and wonderful day. Get out there and sell something.